Hey guys, and welcome back to In Future Tense. Today is more of a serious video. There's been an announcement that I wanted to make, but it's taken me a little while to gather the courage and be able to come here and expose myself and give the announcement. Let me start going back a little ways. If you've watched this channel for any period of time, you know that way back, I said that I was bisexual. I have been out since 2010 as bisexual. I've had men, I've had women, they've had me. It's been a really wild adventure, but a great one. A lot of self-explorations happen, and it's been a wonderful journey. The one thing that I don't talk about as much is that 6 months after I came out in 2010, I also came out as transgender. Now, I know labels get a little tricky, so I won't get any more complicated than that because there's pansexual, all this other stuff that can be mixed into this. A lot of growth has happened in 9 years. 2010 was 9 years ago, and it's unbelievable how fast time has gone. But in that 9 years, there has been multiple occasions when I have thought to myself, being transgender, I feel like a woman. What that means, it's a little complicated. The case is I feel like a woman and I want to be a woman. But I haven't had the courage for 9 years. I've just watched videos and, like Disney Channel videos, and videos where these women are kicking butt and I'm like, hey, I could do that. I could be that, or watching someone on TV and being like, I wish I was her. There's just different things. Sexually, watching things and wanting that, habits and things that are pointing me in that direction. Again, I haven't had the courage to act on it, haven't had the courage to move forward with anything until recently. I went on a trip to Vegas here earlier this year. You saw the video, it was a few months ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. And while I was there, I stopped in a city called Pahrump, Nevada. And I met a girl there at one of the legal brothels, and we had a discussion. And it was a discussion, nothing else happened. But I had a discussion with this girl about not only my sexuality, but her sexuality, because I'm a curious person. And, I brought my friend there to have a good time, and I was there, and I wanted to know what everything was about for her, because I've always wanted to know more about the sex industry, and not as a pervert, just like, people do this for money. What does that mean? Is this like a moral issue for you? I had a lot of questions. And so I started asking her about her work, and she started asking me about my work, and we kind of started sharing on a very deep level as far as our sexualities, everything else. And I'm not going to go into detail about what she told me, but the end of the conversation was, I knew that I want to move forward with finding my best self and transitioning from male to female. She said some things that inspired me. She said some things that made me think. And it was basically like she just flipped a switch. And she told me, it's time. You need to do this. If this is you, then you need to be true to yourself. And because of that, I decided I'm going to be true to myself. I came home the next day, March 20th, and I told my wife, with lots of tears and a lot of fear in my heart, that I wanted to be a woman. And I wasn't sure what that meant for our relationship. I wasn't sure what that would mean for, her. Like, how does she feel about this? And she really surprised me by being very open and accepting. And yeah, it's going to be difficult for her. I mean, going from having a husband to a wife is not an easy thing, especially with all the changes and things that come with that. But we decided we're going to do this. And so since then, I've done just little things to change myself. Shaving. I don't like a beard. I've worn a beard because that's the masculine thing to do. It's kind of how I hid, in a way. I've changed my hair. It's still garbage right now because it's not thick and it's not where I want it to be, but I started working on that. I really cracked down on hygiene because, to be honest with you guys, I have abandoned my hygiene for a long time because I didn't like my body, so why maintain it? Brushing my teeth, cleaning myself, simple things, but when you're so much against yourself and you don't like yourself, it's really hard to put in that little time and effort to take care of yourself. Well, these are all things I've been doing, and these are not feminine things. These are just things that I've been doing to feel better about myself. And then I've kind of come to the point of deciding what I want to do. Now that vision is going to change, I'm sure, because, I'm going to start hormones. I'm going to start changing physically. There's going to be emotional changes on the inside because of the hormones and everything balancing out the way that I want it to. So I don't know what this journey is going to entail. Things may change. But right now, I'm aiming for kind of like a butch look. I really like tomboys and how they look. I think they're the most attractive, coolest things in the world. I have a lot of respect for the tomboy look, right? We're talking about, Danvers from Supergirl. We're talking about, like even Quinn from Glee, like just kind of like that. I'm a girl, but I'm a boss. Like I like that kind of look, so I'm kind of aiming for that right now. But that could change again. That could change. I'm gonna do hormones. My goal is to go all the way and get rid of little Mister, if you know what I'm saying. But I'm not gonna go into details on how all that works. But that's the plan. I'm telling you all this because you guys have stayed by me, you've subscribed to me. If you're new here, you want to know what I'm all about. Well, all that's going to change because I'm going to change. And since March 20th, I have been still dealing with depression. I've still been dealing with issues, but I have been overall a much happier person. And that's how I know this is a right path for me to follow. Now, I hope you will all stick by me through this journey. I understand if you can't. I understand there's faith differences. I understand it's an uncomfortable thing, to watch somebody transform, but I'm going to keep on keeping on with this YouTube channel because there's a lot of people who do this journey and they don't document. I want to see this in the future, and maybe you do too. Maybe you want to see, present day, what's happening with me. I don't know. I know I'm not the most attractive person now. I mean, I may go through all this and be the ugliest girl in the world, but, to me, I'll be a girl, and that's enough for me. To be able to just be my true self and do the things that I've always wanted to do, but felt like that's not what men do, Again, so much more to unpack there. If you want to know more about it, comment or message me, and I'll tell you about it. But basically, I've known this all since age 7. 9 years ago, I came out as transgender, bisexual, and decided that's what I wanted to be. March 20th, I decided we're going forward with this, and that's the way it is. And if you want to hate, you can hate. I think I have a pretty good group of you guys out there that would support me, but I understand, if you don't like it, I'm not saying you're haters if you don't like it. If you don't like it, of course, do what you got to do. But if you're going to hate, don't waste your time because I'm going to delete your comment and move on. Because it'll hurt me. Yeah, if you want to hate, it will hurt me. But I'm not going to sit around and dwell on that kind of stuff. So just saying, if you want to stick with me, please feel free to stick with me. I am really excited about this. I would love you guys' help and support. If you aren't comfortable with it and you want to sit it out or maybe, kind of come in and out, with the whole YouTube thing, that's fine. Go for it, But if you're going to hate, just get out of here, all right? Ain't got no room for that. Yeah. So basically, that's the announcement. I'm a trans woman and I'm moving forward with it. It's going to be a long, hard journey, but I got the right people supporting me, and that's all I need. So I love you guys. I'm not sure if the name of the channel is going to change. I might end up transitioning it over, ironically, to In Future Tense with Danny. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. My preferred name is Danette Jean Han, but you can go Danny Jean. I kind of like Danny because it's gender neutral. I'm not crazy about pronouns, just so y'all know. So you just keep calling me dude or whatever. I don't care. I'm not that sensitive because I need to change. Doesn't mean you need to change, And it will be kind of weird, if I get boobs and lose the little men downstairs and you're calling me, hey, what's up, man? But if that's where you're at, cool. Because I get that my journey isn't for everybody. And it's hard to change after you've known me for an extended period of time. And I don't want to be one of those people who are attacking you because of that. I'm not saying that's what people do all the time, but for me, that's something I want to be really careful about respecting. So, with that being said, this is going to be my first goodbye as Danny Jean. Welcome to the craziness that is my life. I hope you stay tuned. Let me know if you have questions. I'll answer them in another video. We're still going to go on some adventures, and I'll see you there. The future is intense.
Thanks for joining me on another adventure. If you liked what you saw, please hit the like button and feel free to subscribe. If you didn't like what you saw, please shoot me a message on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram and let me know how I can improve my content. To support me financially, you can find the Patreon link in the description below, or you can email me at Jhahnmartialartist@gmail.com. Whatever the future may hold, it'll be intense. I hope to see you there.